Back to the program. It is the 13th of March, and we want you to be very aware of that date because this day is a very important day, Jackie.
Absolutely, as we're always talking about great things that are happening in our community, but things you need to be aware of, and maybe you didn't realize that the month of March is Brain Injury Awareness Month, but also this day,
today, the 13th,
is Brain Injury Awareness Day. So we want to talk about that and how you can get involved on many different levels this morning. So we're very excited to have some friends joining us on the couch in our living room today. Abby Bogart, PR specialist with On With Life, joining us once again, and Steve Van Oort, who brought his helmet.
Put your helmet on. This could be a rough
and
ride.
Is ready to go. On With Life Foundation Board of Directors. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Yes. And there's a reason you threw on your helmet, Steve, this morning, and that has a lot to do with what we're talking about today.
I just don't want Lou to beat me.
I was reaching for it. No, but we're talking about this because you had some experience and firsthand you know about the importance of wearing helmets. Yep. And for anybody that has been around us in discussions about helmets and when and where you should wear them, we get into arguments all the time. I think you should have a helmet on at all times if you're on a vehicle of any kind. Yep. And that is a really topic of big discussion, isn't it?
Yep, Iowa is one of only 3 states that does not have any helmet laws, and so this month we're choosing to highlight that and bring some awareness and advocate that Iowa needs to have some helmet laws. And we are seeing more and more kids and adults not wearing helmets on scooters or roller skates. You know, we think helmets, we think motorcycle or bike, but we're really starting to advocate for anything that you're on that has wheels, you need to have a helmet on.
Because you don't know.
But why is this so important? Just kind of being devil's advocate. Obviously, we have the choice if we want to wear a helmet or not because of Iowa law. But why is this so important, especially when we're talking Brain Injury Awareness Month and Day today?
We see what happens when somebody is in a motorcycle accident not wearing a helmet or a bike accident not wearing a helmet. We are seeing those people at their very worst, and we're watching them get back to some of what they were able to get back to in a really great quality of life, but we see the really hard stuff that happens when you're not wearing a helmet. And so we know that prevention is the best way to address that, and wearing a helmet is the best type of prevention.
Now, what seems to be the biggest hurdle you have now? Is it people wearing helmets riding motorcycles? Is it people wearing helmets riding bicycles? Is there any separation from those, or is it just wearing helmets, period?
Wearing helmets, period. We want you to always have your helmet on.
The people that are opposed to wearing helmets, what's the one thing that they said, we're not going to wear a helmet when we do what?
What we're seeing a lot of is either kiddos wearing helmets and the parents not, because the parents don't think about that. They think I'm protecting my child, but the parents might not wear them. Mm-hmm. Or things like scooters. It's like, well, it's a scooter. It's not a big deal. But we see the impact that not wearing a helmet has on an individual and their family. And we are just really advocating that we need to have laws that you wear a helmet.
Now, you're talking about a motorized scooter, or you're talking about a scooter in general?
Scooter in general.
Even the little razors
yes,
that you have
even
around.
The one my 5-year-old rides. He wears his helmet. Yes.
And there's some pretty strong statistics saying that by just wearing a helmet like Steve has on today, you're reducing by 50% chance of any head injury if it should come that you should have an accident or fall. So that's a pretty big number of making sure that you're taking care of something that's pretty important on your body. So we're saying take some action. Obviously, you guys are working more on the legislative side to see if that law can change at all, but we can make our own choices. And you're saying wear your helmet. We can advocate for that this morning, but also show off your helmet hair. Yes. You could probably even show off your helmet hair this morning, Steve.
I wish I had more.
More hair to show off.
And by using a specific hashtag, helmet hair, don't care, we can kind of spread that awareness today as well.
Every year we do a Wear Your Helmet at Work event, and that will come up in this August. But we wanted to celebrate today too by saying, wear your helmet and show us your helmet hair. Show us that you're wearing your helmet and don't care what people think.
So I have to wear this all day?
All day long. All day long. All right. So
surprise!
Just to be on the safe side. But we want to make sure people get the helmets on their head and be able to have the ability to get helmets, and that's what we're here to talk about as well.
Yep. So we are, today, any donations made to On With Life, Steve is matching up to $1,000. And so we'll be able to use those donations to buy helmets for a helmet giveaway later this spring. So we're really excited about raising awareness and giving those helmets back to the community.
Absolutely. So if you make a donation today, you know that it's going to help kids get helmets that they need. And Steve, why is it so important for you to make a match with those donations that are coming in today?
I believe it's our responsibility as parents, as grandparents, to make sure our kids know the importance of wearing a helmet. And there are those that can't afford it. And with the help of Bike World, they're going to be providing helmets at their cost as well. They're going to throw in an additional 5 helmets. And I just encourage people to give and to understand the importance. I've seen it firsthand being a member of the On With Life Foundation board and seeing the miracles that place can do. But you know what? I don't want people to have to go there.
Right. It's nice to know that we have a place that can help with brain injury rehabilitation, but let's not even go there in the first place by simply putting on a helmet. And we want to make sure, no matter what, kids have accessibility to those helmets.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're asking for donations today, and that's why you are stepping up and saying, not only do I encourage you to make a donation, but I'm going to help match it so we can get even more helmets.
It is that important to me.
Yeah, because the helmets, to be honest with you, the affordability of helmets now really the cost has really come down, so you can get more helmets on more heads. And that's the whole idea. One of the things that people are saying is, if I fall off my bike and I'm riding 20 miles an hour, a helmet like that's not going to do any good. So why should I even bother putting it on? What would you tell them?
It's going to do something. It's going to save. It could save your life, and that's what we're really pushing is protect yourself.
Okay.
Don't take that chance.
Now I'm going to shift gears here a little bit and talk about something you do shift gears on. It's motorcycles and the helmet laws in Iowa involving motorcycles. Is that something else you guys are attacking specifically? Is that, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. And so what is the concept now? What are we trying to get passed through?
First, we're trying to get legislation passed through that minors that ride motorcycles have to wear a helmet, whether you're driving it or riding on it. Make sure that if your son or daughter is on the back of your motorcycle, make sure they have a helmet on.
Okay.
And I think that's the first piece of legislation. 47 states in the United States have that helmet law, and the number of states that don't have helmet laws for adults is
22.
Nothing. Yeah. I don't understand why that is.
So Iowa's one of 3 states that don't have a helmet law for minors.
Yeah, trying to take care of our kids once again. And Abby, kind of a completely different thing to think about if we want to give back today.
Yes.
We can also eat some delicious desserts.
Yes.
So
we can eat our way to safety.
Let's talk about how we can do that as well today.
Yes. So we're partnering with Creme for their donations for desserts, and they are donating 10% of their proceeds today back to On With Life if you mention On With Life at the counter when you order your delicious creme cupcake or dessert today.
Wonderful. So many opportunities to show that you're supporting Brain Injury Awareness Day. It could be as simple as getting a sweet treat at Creme Cupcake. Make sure you mention On With Life. And that's all day today, starting at 11, going until 9.
Till 9,
and
wow.
we want to recommend that if you, that some On With Life members will be there from 1 to 3.
Yep.
Including Steve with his helmet.
Yeah, he'll be wanting your finger in the frosting, right? Just making sure it's good.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if people want to talk to you about
Yes.
helmet laws or things that they can do to maybe talk to their legislatures, things like that.
This also makes a very good offering basket.
Oh, I love that idea.
So I'll be there with my offering basket.
With helmet out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helmet out, asking for donations so that we can raise some money for helmets for kids. Your helmet hair looks
Nice
wonderful,
hair.
by the way. But if you go there between 1 and 3, you'll meet wonderful people like Steve. But you can also enter in to win some free cupcakes as well.
Yep.
So lots of sweet ideas this morning. So wear your helmet. Helmet hair don't care. Hashtag use that. Make a donation today to On With Life. You can do that by just heading to the website.
Yes, it's on our website, onwithlife.org.
Now,
Okay.
when are we going to find out information on whether or not this legislation is going forward? Do you have any idea?
We will go to Hill Day at the end of the month to advocate again for helmet laws.
Okay.
Okay, and see if we can make a difference. But if we raise our voices as a community, at times it can be heard a little bit more.
We'll keep you posted.
Okay, thank you
so
very
much.
much, Steve. Thanks for everything you do.
Yes.
Thank you for making that match today to make sure more kids have helmets, so they have that choice of wearing
And I wish
it.
I could do more.
Well, put that helmet back on. You don't look right with a helmet
you
on.
look good with that helmet
look
on,
better
sir.
with a helmet on. There you
Oh,
go.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abby. Always great to see you, and thank you for
Thank
everything
you.
that Onward's Life does. Make a donation today and know that your money is going to help put helmets on kids' heads. And Steve is making a match. You can go to their website for all those details or head to Creme Cupcakes later on today.
That works. You look fast with that helmet on. Okay, there you go. You look like the Flash almost.
There we
Okay,
go.
Perfect.